Welcome back, new teachers. Today is the fourth fireside chat, and it's probably the most important one we have. It's when students actually come into your classroom to learn. It's instruction. We're going to focus on that today. It's where the magic can happen, but it's also, unfortunately, sometimes some dangers can occur also. One of the things new teachers make a mistake on, and I did this also, was we were so excited about our major and we came in, we wanted to really have content driving instruction, and I found out that that is a big mistake. And I want you to think back to an earlier fireside chat when we talked about content versus learning, and where I really want you to think about what do you want the students to do with their learning? That should drive your instruction. Therefore, plan backwards. Start with the end in mind. Think about what they're going to do with their learning and go from there. Today we're going to have a simple acronym to help with instruction, and it's basically ABCs because everybody knows that acronym, ABCs. We're going to look at A is for accountability, B is for balance, and C is for critical thinking. And I want to start there. First thing, accountability. Really good instructors hold their students accountability. They hold their students accountable to themselves, to others, and to the teacher. Therefore, teachers you must clearly communicate your learning targets. When students come in, they need to know what's going to happen. For this to occur, you have to build, sorry, I've been a little sick. You must build routines in order to successfully manage a classroom. If a teacher cannot manage a classroom with the routines, instruction rarely occurs and frustration from the teacher arises and student achievement and engagement goes down. So I want you to think about some different things that I would like you to consider. Do you have a consistent starting method? When students come in, do they know where they're going to sit? Do they know what they're going to be doing? Do they know if they need their books, their computers, their notebook, those types of things? Do you have a set procedure how to handle bathroom, disruptions, absences, transitions? What's your philosophy for cell phones? What's your philosophy of homework? How do you train students to work collaboratively? All of these things are important, but keep in mind, without accountability, you may not get to instruction. Let's move on to B for balance. Good instruction is balanced. One of the greatest dangers of education, or one of the sad things, I think of my high school history teacher, Mr. Kraft. He did the same thing every week. And I'm not going to go into that, but we read the chapter, did the section review, and he never really taught. Our students deserve better. So I want you to think about inventorying your communication systems. What percentage of the time do you ask your students to read? What about their writing? How often do they speak to others with elaborated conversations? How often do they actively listen, not just regurgitate things back? Not passively listening to a teacher. Also, I want you to think about the danger of routine. If instruction becomes routine, engagement and achievement go down, and your frustration level might move up also. How often, think about balancing your instruction with direct instruction versus student driving their learning. How often are students working independently? How often are they with partners? How often are they in groups of 3 or 4? How often are they using their hands? How often are they having to use their feet? Do you use video? Do you use music with a purpose in the room? All of these things lead to a balanced classroom. And when you are balanced, you're gonna win. Let's move to the last one, C, and that is critical thinking. That's so important. If a teacher engages the mind of a student, they're going to win. Push students to the limits. Avoid short answer questions that are right in the book or right in the learning. Make them think. Make them process their thinking differently, and please consider an earlier fireside chat where we considered thinking over having the right answer. All these things, and I could go into that a little more, but we'll talk more about that at some later date. I want to just close with this. When you hold students accountable to themselves, to others, and to the teacher, you're going to win. When you have balanced instruction, and you make it exciting for the students, and they're excited to come in because they don't know what's going to happen from day to day. And when you are in that quest for super, super critically thought out questions that make them think, you're going to win. Have a good day.